Tips for living budget, enjoying life. 12 categories where you can save thousands. Living on a budget is possible also enjoying a good life. This video is the result of an intense week researching online and many years of personal experience. It is common to hear, live life to its fullest. That is great, and it is not the same as spend as much as you can. There are lots of things you can do, and most of them have a way to do it spending a lot of money and another way to do it saving money or even free. Let's start with the gist of this video. This video has many tips. Pick the category you're most interested in and consider reviewing it later or when you need to apply another category. It is better to fully apply a tip and once mastered, continue with another. The more tips you master, the more you keep living on a budget or spending plan. Therefore, the more you save and the more you can put towards your financial goals. The following tips are sorted by savings impact. First, those triggering biggest savings linked to essentials like shelter. Then, those that are non-essentials to live but important and fun like sport and entertainment. So, let's start with the first, blocking beliefs. Let's consider a few beliefs like the government is blocking my progress. In the United States, this country ranks 48 among 158 countries sorted by income tax. On average, it is by far not the biggest taxing country. In exchange, people living in the United States benefit from public education, roads, security, emergency and social services for those in need, etc. As in most countries, the benefit received is highly surpassed by the amount paid. You get a bargain. Another blocking belief is unexpected expenses made me not follow my budget. Well, there are emergencies like accidents or natural disasters. Those cannot be planned. But Christmas gifts happen every year at the same date. Similar cases are birthdays, anniversaries, taxes, new tires for car, children outgrowing clothes. Those can be planned and are not unexpected. They are sometimes not planned in a budget. A third blocking belief is I do not have time to budget. That is like saying I am too busy to manage money. Most of us are busy, and a budget takes 1 hour to create and 10 minutes to check every month. See our video How to Make Budget to help on that. Besides, after constant budgeting, not applying your spending plan, also called budget, would take more time than actually follow it. That because you live on a budget and free yourself from activities that only make you spend more without giving you long-term satisfaction. A fourth blocking belief is I do not want to deal with money. This idea could come from deep beliefs that make you feel bad when you think about money. Be honest about yourself and with yourself and write what exactly bothers you. Ideas like money is the root of all evil have affected many people. Nevertheless, we need to handle money to cover our expenses, even most basic needs like food and shelter, that's for sure. So, check the previous 2 months of expenses. Which are you proud of? You could keep those if they make you reach your financial goals. For guidance on that, check our video Financial Planning. Which previous expenses bother or embarrass you? Just cut them. Not only you will spend less, you will avoid yourself future bad feelings. And a final blocking belief is I will never get my money problems solved. When financial issues are added constantly, the fear of never solving the problem appears. But are those fears based on real and avoidable obstacles? Does your debt amount seem too big? Is your variable income the reason for your money problems? Debt and variable income are tackled in our video How to Make a Budget. Take a look at it and stay on track using the right tools. There are also unreasonable fears like I will never be rich. That needs a plan of action in small, bite-sized steps. You can do whatever you want if you consistently take action and change your approach if something doesn't work. The second category is for couples. Does your spouse or partner spend too much time or too much money? Consider the maxim, the only person I can change is myself. Once you change and follow a budget, your partner will be inspired and motivated to change. If bad spending habits persist to a point where your partner is the only responsible for your financial mess, that is a relationship problem. That is not a one person financial problem. You and your spouse are a team. You can dream together. It is fun, therapeutic, and empowering to talk and set financial goals together. Speak honestly. Communicate openly and lovingly on things like derailing spending habits. A peaceful and calm conversation is crucial. When talking, try to avoid reactive argument. To help you and your spouse be calm enough to start a good conversation, pray or meditate together. Keep romance alive. Do not let budget interfere with romance. You don't have to spend recklessly to keep romance alive. Just be intentional about marriage. You are together in your budget endeavor, so you can well enjoy the ride. Get outside for relaxing romance. You can get creative to turn up romance and not spend a lot of money. For instance, go for a picnic with a bottle of wine together. Are you in a couple and or have children? You could budget together. It is more than beneficial to talk to children about money and budgeting early in their lives. The third category is money management and advice for everybody. For example, ask for the gift you want. You might get it. If not, your friends and family could give you cash or a gift card to put toward large wish list purchases. Negotiate your bills. Find the cheaper alternative online and show it to your provider to try to lower the bill. The price reduction they propose might not be enough for you. Then pick the best offer matching your needs you can find in an online comparator. You could also use a tool like BillShark to reduce your bills. BillShark website argues it can reduce on 25% your monthly bill in 2 minutes. The tip about negotiating can be applied to almost any bill. Cell phone plan, for instance, where you could also check Freedom Pop that provides free cell phone calling plan. Nevertheless, it has restrictions like not always being able to receive calls, 500 megabytes internet, and others. But other bills where this principle can be applied is not limited by utilities, car insurance, rent or homeowner insurance, cable and internet, and many others. Other big idea is prevent impulse buying and temptation. How? Well, you can block ads. Use web browsers like Brave that has AdBlock integrated. Also, incognito modes prevents web browsers from taking your data and offering you tempting offers. All that reduce your exposition to advertising. The same principle can be applied in mobile phone. A web searching tool like DuckDuckGo is an alternative to Google to reduce exposition to ads also. Curb spending by enforcing a 24-hour waiting period. Sites like Amazon and other online sellers make extremely easy to buy online. This can be a disadvantage if you are trying to live on a budget. Hopefully, you can search for your products in private mode and without logging into your online seller account. It means without being tracked by many websites. After at least 24 hours of reflection, if you still think you need to buy something, use your browser in normal mode. You can then log into your Amazon or online retailer account. Online sellers like Amazon provide special offers like free delivery if you buy an item a few minutes after seeing it. The 20 hours period lets you avoid impulsive buying and still enjoy the free delivery offer. Don't look at sales advertising, especially when you can't pass up a bargain, even less if it is something you don't need. Don't go look for offers on new cars, houses, watches, or whatever your temptation is if you know you can't afford more payments. If you have to do an effort to spend, your natural reaction will be to not spend. When you get the habit of not spending, you realize that looking for a product or service to buy is time consuming. It takes time to search and find a product that fits your desires, so you can end up doing the research only for absolutely needed products. Swap services, barter with friends. Let's say one of your friends needs help with a computer and has a network of friends. You are maybe computer savvy and need help with your dog. You could guide your friend in computer topics and he or she can help you with your dog sitting, for instance. Friends can also put you in contact with someone whose skills you're looking for. Consider also taking care of things to let them lasting longer. Then we can go further into the money management details or advice. Let's start with appreciating your emergency fund. Value it as it grows. Where you keep your emergency fund is as important as building it. Don't carelessly spend it on non-emergencies. You can set up a special account, perhaps even at a different bank. Making the money harder to withdraw will help you think twice about what an actual emergency is. Automate bill payments and savings. This avoids forgetting due payments, hence avoiding late fees and money stress. Also, this saves you time. There are people with different approaches. I prefer to see my bank account balance every month and see how I progress. Then manually do the manual payments. But I admit it takes a few minutes. Automating it would make things faster. So choose what works best for you. Makes easier the pay yourself first rule described in this section, that's for sure. But how? Your employer deposits directly in your savings account. It is one possibility. Another is scheduling automatic transfers on a day after you receive your monthly income. And you can even use an app that lets you save on roundups in every purchase. For instance, Acorns. Be honest about needs versus wants. A need is a thing like food, water, shelter, clothing, healthcare. Wants anything you can live without. Fancy restaurants, mortgage above your means. Better to buy a car on cash and save thanks to only one payment rather than taking a loan to buy a much more expensive car in many small payments. Challenge yourself to live on even less. That to prevent a budget from controlling you. You are in control and can gamify the process aiming to save more. For example, it is possible to carpool and save more than initially expected. Choose a budgeting method system that works for you. There are many types, like the 50-30-20 budgeting method, cash envelope system, zero-based budgeting, half payment method, values-based budgeting. All the previously mentioned are in our video How to Make a Budget. Also, use a budget planner. It lets you track income, expenses, debt payment, savings, and progress towards your goals. See our video Budgeting Apps for further detail. How to survive on a tight budget. Avoid non-essentials, also called wants, and save on bare essentials, also called needs. If you have doubt differentiating them, check our video How to Make a Budget. Even $1 per day or pay period that go towards savings is important. The key factor is consistency. It brings peace of mind. Look for special discounts. You might qualify for a special rate such as student, senior, unemployed, local, veteran, club associate or union member. Have your appropriate identification with you as physical card or at least in photo. The photos could be in your cell phone and even online on an encrypted easy-to-use app like Treasurit. Pay bills in a bigger period. Paying yearly instead of monthly can let you save money in the long term. Apply this only on services you are sure you need. Pay high interest debt as fast as possible. Picture your life without debts to motivate you. Ending high interest debt will make you save more money on interest. Also, having a low debt to income ratio and a solid credit score can help you later down the road when applying for a mortgage, for example. Consumer debt, like credit card, tends to have the highest interest rates. On the United States, the average credit card interest was 16.28%, and it has been going up since 2016 based on Fed's Consumer Credit Review. Two common methods to choose the order to pay debts are debt snowball and debt avalanche. The snowball method pays debts from lowest balance to the highest. The advantage is that you get rid of small debts faster. The avalanche method pays debts from highest annual percentage rate to lowest. The advantage is that you get rid of the highest interest debt faster. Once the debt is gone, keep making those payments to your emergency fund or towards your goals if emergency fund of 3 to 6 months expenses is already built. For further details about emergency fund, check our video how to make a budget. Pay yourself first, no exceptions. Its goal is to save before you spend. Savings should be in your budget. Besides, a separate account makes it difficult to spend that money as it will take around 3 business days to transfer. Nevertheless, your emergency fund should be available in a shorter period to let you cover real emergencies. Save your windfalls. Put them in your emergency fund. Some people call it also sinking fund for medical and accidents. If you're paid bi-weekly, save your occasional third paycheck when it arrives. Consider putting it in a high yield savings account or other passive income idea. Windfalls include unexpected extra money like found money you forgot you had, inheritance, rebates or refunds, stimulus checks, tax refunds. Stop credit cards. If you have no credit cards, spending tracking is easier. You will have only one debit account. If you already have credit cards, try leaving them at home, at least temporarily. Do not hurt your credit score due to too much spending. If you still want to use credit cards, use at least rewards credit cards. Spend only what you can afford and pay the same month to avoid interest. Credit cards include rewards for frequent travelers or buyers of specific products and services. You might be a frequent traveler for work or family, so use a credit card whose rewards are for frequent flights and hotels both. Track every penny when living on a tight budget. Use what you can stick with. There are many tools like notebooks, apps, or spreadsheets. They identify categories you overspent on and can cut on temporarily. Many budgeting apps include also goal progress tracking. For further details, check our video on how to make a budget. Use money saving apps. See our videos coupon apps and budgeting apps for detailed alternatives. So that was the end of this part, money management. Next part is shelter, but it covers more generally the essentials group of categories. So let's start with shelter. Activate your do-it-yourself mode for easy home improvements like painting and changing cabinet hardware. On a few cases, a video on YouTube can quickly guide you. Consider finding a cheaper place to live. Sometimes we bite off more than we can chew. This can be anything from living in a fancy neighborhood that can we barely afford to opt for the two-bedroom when we only need a one-bedroom. Run the numbers. It could be cheaper to offer to pay for a hotel room for your guests than paying a two-bedroom monthly rent when you need only one-bedroom apartment. Most guests might choose an air mattress in your living room. Get roommates. If you have the space needed, consider getting a roommate. This doesn't have to be forever. For detailed tools on renting, please see our video Passive Income Ideas. Negotiate with your landlord. If you have been living in the same apartment for 2 years, you might want to talk to your landlord. Sometimes a landlord would prefer to keep their good tenants by providing alternatives. Most landlords do not want to risk getting a new tenant that will cause them problems. Rent a comfortable place instead of buying. It avoids property taxes, maintenance, repairs, etc. Save on utilities. Turn down heater a few degrees in winter and use less air conditioning in summer. Change utility provider. For instance, in France, Direct Energy offers low-cost electricity. Checking an online comparator can save you money. See the tip negotiating your bills in the money management section before. Energy-saving light bulbs. Replace incandescent bulbs with compact fluorescent lamps (CFL). Use second-hand and vintage home styles instead of always buying brand new items or trendy ones. That was the end of the shelter category. Let's start now with category number 5, food. American average spends between 4,000 and 14,000 per year according to the United States Department of Agriculture. Hence, food is a category on which you can make important savings with your budget that benefits you. Brew your own coffee. Eat leftovers. Cooking a quantity needed for 2 days is a wise decision. You could keep it in the fridge and use a microwave to warm it and eat it when you want. Cooking every 2 or 3 days will also save you time. Aim for zero food waste, even more important as there are 144 million children under 5 stunted according to the United Nations. Eat well on less. Check local farmers for best prices. It is wise to visit them at the end of the day when farmers want to discount their remaining products. Check portion eating. You can save more and stay in shape at the same time. Get needed nutrients and stay on budget. Check which type on categories that we will discuss in a minute are the cheapest in your preferred hard discounter supermarket. For instance, fruits, bananas, oranges, vegetables, potatoes, carrots, milk and bread. Easy to do frugal recipes exist like pancakes for breakfast. They need mostly flour and fruit. Many other alternatives exist. For example, here we will discuss also a few ideas on rice complements to be delicious and still be frugal. One can be tomato, potatoes, onions, cilantro, and bell pepper. Another is using the previous ingredients but with a variant that removes potato and cilantro but adds a white sauce. A basic sauce can be done with flour, milk, and butter. Add cheese if possible. And a third option, another variant, adds veggies and a jar of sofrito. A pinch of cumin goes well on it. Besides, plan your meals and pack them to work and for children. Prepare your food as frequent as you can. As food is already prepared, it avoids the desire to buy more food or go to a restaurant. For eating out, test quality over quantity instead. Many fast food, save for a nice restaurant once a month. It could be one way to celebrate a milestone in your budget progress, like an emergency fund creation. Prefer lunch instead of dinner. Prices are lower at lunch than at dinner. About groceries, use couponing apps. Avoid impulse buying. Go to buy with a groceries list, don't shop when you're hungry, and have a refillable bottle of water. It avoids the temptation of eating, keeps you healthy, and you can refill it in many places. Buy generic and in-season products. Every magazine, even hard discounters, have their own brand products. They are mostly cheaper than others, so prefer off-brand stuff and in-season items. Frequent items and in-discount stores like Lidl. Once you identify the frequent items you buy, you can first have a list of prices for them to avoid being over budget at checkout counter, and second, stock up when they are on sale. About perishables, buy once a week on weekends perishables like veggies and fruits. The less frequent shopping, the less impulse buying. If you throw food because it perished, then buy less or less perishable. And about the weekly sales, of course, check those from your preferred low-cost supermarket. Another essential category is transport. You might choose public transport instead of using a car, or even a bicycle can be good for your budget and your health. If you still determine you must use a car, then consider about auto costs, lower the auto insurance, lower the premium paid by increasing deductible. A bigger deductible should be covered with your emergency fund. Also, bundling trips saves you money on gas and keeps you focused on reasons you are driving for. Consider carpool for taking kids to school, commuting to work, and other errands. Prefer used cars. Ensure it is in good conditions to avoid frequent repairs. And use a wholesale store membership that has a main benefit in gas stations. Verify its costs are cheap enough to justify the membership price. And with that, we finished the sixth category and the global group essentials. Now we are entering the next part, non-essentials, mostly fun, healthcare, mostly than healthcare, self-care, more like grooming. By the way, let's start with this first category, grooming. So you can pamper yourself for a cheaper, enjoyable spa and haircut, or get a low rate at salon schools and student spas. For girls, a manicure and pedicure with close friends can be an interesting idea. And for toiletries, use coupon apps for skincare and hair products that are not cheap. Instead of buying face scrubs, make your own. Soap can replace shaving cream, and disposable razors last longer when not left in the shower. It might be hard but worth it to avoid getting your hair colored temporarily. Category number 8. Sport. Barter your workouts. Help the gym owner after your gym classes by checking visitors, running front desk, answering phone, or other activities. Or just cut your gym membership. You can exercise at home. There are many free apps to work out that do not require equipment like home workout. If you still want to use weight training like dumbbells, you could use those and get thousands of detailed routines with videos on the website Muscle and Strength. Take advantage of nature. Run, walk, hike, or swim, depending on your surroundings. Natural landscapes beat any gym's wall. Category number 9. Travel and holidays. Vacations can be satisfying and not expensive. Your own city has certainly many attractions. Even if they are closed, nature and surroundings can be a good reason to stay in your city instead of traveling abroad. Avoid travels now due to COVID, but once vaccinated, respecting government's regulation and using flexible dates, flights, you could check alternative accommodations. Instead of a hotel, consider Airbnb, couch surfing, home exchange. Test airfare saving apps. Hitlist monitors fares from your home airport and alerts you when hotel deals arise. Hopper analyzes historical airfare data and lets you know whether to buy now or wait until there is a great deal. Skip Light reveals potential savings through strategies like Hidden City. Try advantaged exchange rate travel. Your currency could be worth a lot in other countries. Consider countries where high inflation has devalued their currencies, like Lebanon, Argentina, Venezuela, Cuba. Short trips instead of long vacations. It could be easier to unplug from work if you take long weekends and not 1 or 2 weeks straight. Use your network to travel. Visit your friends and ask for accommodation advice where they are. They might accept to accommodate you or put you in contact with another close friend. Category number 10. Shopping. There is no need to spend hundreds of dollars to feel rich with your dressing. You can choose to dress well every time you leave the house. If you still think you need new clothes, host a high-end clothing swap event. You can establish the swapping rules or ask your friends what they prefer. Opt for accessories rather than outfits. One accessory is cheaper than a full outfit. Both can be impacted by passing trends style, and you might end up swapping, renting, or selling them once not anymore interested. If ideas before are not enough, you could also rent luxury fashion and not buying. It is possible with sites like Lending Luxury or Bag, Borrow, or Steal. And if after trying all mentioned before you keep willing to buy something, buy designer items used. Beware of imitations and check sites like eBay and ThreadUp. Even discount stores might have a few designer jeans and bags. Shop out of season. Swimwear in fall, beach clothes in winter, pools in summer, and boots in spring are at clearance rates. Buying, selling, and swapping are also possible in many sites like Facebook Marketplace. Category number 11. Social activities and entertainment. First of all, don't let others control your time. Have the determination to say no when you have something else more valuable for you to do. That said, free entertainment is available in places like local libraries, museums, and public parks. Also, websites like Meetup show free in-person and online events. You can find books clubs, Zen activities, language sharing, and many others. It is a great way to enjoy your city, try different activities, and make new friends without busting your budget. If besides the free activities you still want others, check out your social activities frequency. If you go out 5 times a week, how about trying 2 times a week? Do you still feel fine? Maybe you don't need those outings. On any case, remember two things. You can do lots of things at home and you don't have to give up on your social life to save money. Let's review a few ideas. First, replace a date night out with a date night in. For example, for movies, choose an old movie you have, one you downloaded or that is online. Make some popcorn and don't forget your preferred beverage. Or for a fancy dinner, no need to spend a lot of money for fancy food like surf and turf. Buy some steaks and lobster's tail in hard discount supermarket and make your own fancy meal. Another idea is to replace the bar and host friends at home. Everyone can bring a dish. Tell them what to bring to not end up having too much of the same thing, like only drinks. Other ideas include game night. Lots of games are available. Pokeno, poker, Cards Against Humanity, Monopoly, Twister, Bingo, etc. And also there is a possibility of a dish making party. A pizza, for instance, or many other dishes friends might want to prepare in small groups. How about a pizza contest on which the team that win can make the best one? Brunch. Great for holidays and weekends. Make some French toasts and prepare a cocktail. There are lots of cocktails ideas online like sparkling wine to prepare mimosas. Now let's discuss other ideas based on your specific interest. For example, for cocktails and alcohol first, you have the possibility to bring your own bottle. Find a restaurant that lets you bring your own wine. Even with corkage fee, it is cheaper than paying the wine glass at restaurant rates. Happy hours deals. Most places offer them to get lower price on drinks at certain times during the night. Host a cocktail making party. Ask everyone to bring a bottle and a snack. Add karaoke for a more enjoyable night. Pre-game. Many recommend taking a few drinks at home before going out. That might sound good, but you get a higher likelihood of getting drunk. Netflix, Disney Plus, and streaming services, another type of interest. Consider selecting only one or two streaming services at a time. If you mostly watch one and rarely the other, just cancel the less watched one. If you are signing up for just one show, ask family members or friends to split the cost. Plan a night with a friend who has access to the show or the movies you are dying to watch. Another type of interest could be eating out. Look for restaurants specials as they are typically cheaper. Skip costly complements like appetizers and dessert. And lunch is usually a lot cheaper than dinner in most restaurants. Another interest could be movies and theaters. Dollar theaters are a way to get cheaper tickets. Look for discount days. For instance, cinemas can choose to offer lower price tickets on Tuesdays. They know less people go to cinemas those days, and in exchange, you can go and enjoy a film with less people. If cheaper tickets are not offered, maybe cheaper snacks. How about a movie night at home? Instead of cinema tickets and snacks spending, maybe Netflix is enough, or free content online. If you still want to do expensive entertainment activities, check sites like Groupon and Living Social. There you can find deals on spas, dinners, tours, paint nights, wine tasting, etc. Category number 12. Other leisure activities. Have fun to prevent boredom. A bored person can be more prone to fail in following a budget. As mentioned in section before, there are lots of free outdoor activities. Outdoors ones like hiking, biking, and going to free concerts. Also indoors ones such as going to museums, blogging, painting, and woodworking. Are you a smoker? Not only is it bad for your health, but it is also too expensive. Many websites like Smoke Free can help you with that. Cut the cable. Between 2009 and 2019, Americans watch TV daily between 2 and 5 hours on average, according to Statista. It is a drain of energy, time, and money as TV services keep climbing. If you watch mostly local channels, then replace cable with a digital antenna. If you are more a movie person, then consider a streaming service like Netflix or Hulu, but share subscriptions with friends and family. Enjoy introductory specials. Check the fine print to ensure you can cancel at any time or you comply with conditions under which you can cancel. Get a membership on the place you frequent the most. Do you go weekly to a museum or zoo with children? That is a good opportunity. Reading. It makes you smarter, wiser, and more disciplined. That helps you while living on a budget. Opt for downloaded audiobooks and free audiobooks and podcasts instead of audiobook subscription. A good audiobook is like a good book. Its teachings are so useful you can revisit it again to constantly apply their principles. Sign for free at the public local library. Then you can access free digital audiobooks, books, and other resources to borrow. Save on event tickets. Many are free, but if you want that event and can afford it based on your spending plan, check our video how to make a budget, then use sites like Vivid Seats to get a cheaper price. Those were the 12 categories. What is the next step? You know now how to live on a budget and save money while enjoying your life. Keep in mind there is a limit on how much you can save, but no limit on how much you can earn. Do you want to make more money? Check our videos Make Money from Home and Passive Income Ideas. Your hobbies and mastered marketable skills can make you money also. This kind of videos requires time to do the proper research. You are obtaining the results here and avoiding many hours of online research as I have done it for you. If you appreciate its value, please like it and click on the subscribe button to stay tuned for more. Have a nice day and see you soon in another video.